All right, guys, I'm trying to do this damn review. I'm not sure how it's coming across on the audio, but it is so damn windy. We're gonna go into the town where the wind's at least to my back. We're gonna go downtown Morrilton. This is just ridiculous. The headwind is stupid, and I can't freaking say anything. We're changing the directions. GPS coordinates are going the opposite way now. That wind is ridiculous. It's never windy in Arkansas.
Get off my hand!
Tomatoes. Wolf Tech Nation, thank you guys for tuning in to once again another Wolf Tech Videos real-time review episode. On today's episode, we are going to be doing a little real-time review and ride for you on the all-new Mongoose Guide gravel bike. That's right, check this thing out. 26.92 pounds. Yeah, we're fixing to get it, guys. I'm hoping that the comfort is there, the rideability is there, no flats, it shifts good, it's all mechanical. I'm looking forward to this, guys. So please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's see where this Mongoose Guide takes us. All right, guys, here we go with the Mongoose Guide. Super excited about it. There's something else that's pretty cool here. This is the frame pack, right? Now, if you wanted to, you could get your water bottle. Look at that. Awesome. So we can fit that in there. If you didn't have a fanny pack like I've got, walkie-talkie action. Let's see. Nice. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I'm just going to keep that sucker in there for right now. All right, guys. What do you say? Let's go on a little ride. I love that. Now, if I am just going to be rocking the fanny pack, most likely I will be putting GoPro stuff in there, some extra batteries and things. I just hate having stuff in my pockets whenever I'm riding. I can't stand it. I always make sure I have empty pockets. Extra tube, things like that you can put in there. All right, so first of all, let me tell you guys something. The feel of this bike. I just got on it. Yes, record. We're gonna see our mileage today. The feeling of this bike is so different from the Ozark Trail Explorer, the G.1 Explorer, and it should be because it's considerably more expensive. This bike is smooth, buddy. Wow. And I'll tell you what, the positioning of these hoods here, very comfortable. I'm looking forward to climbing. We're gonna get some climbing in. Now, unfortunately, I do not live anywhere, me and Wolfman do not live anywhere where there's rail trails. There's a lot of damn railroad tracks, but there's just no rail trails, rails to trails, snail trails, nothing like that. So we will be hitting a little bit of gravel, but not very much. We're gonna be mainly going on the road. And that's, don't get upset, but my PSI right now is set to 50. I've got 50 PSI in this thing. It's almost like a road bike. But that's the great thing about this is if it gets a little dirty, we get a little bit of dirt, you know, a little bit of gravel action. The bike is suitable for that. With these tires, we're gonna be talking about all of it. Let's see, what is this thing? Is it a 2x7? I know it's all micro shifts. 2x1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's a 2x8. If you guys want to know the gearing, all the specs on that stuff, make sure you guys check out the initial impressions episode that me and old LeBron Photo, not .com did. Now, if I'm like yelling at you guys, I don't mean to. It's just a little windy today. This bike is a size small, rated for riders 5'2" to 5'7", I believe. And LeBron Photo is 5'8", and he said that he would fit on this thing perfect. He would definitely go with a small all day. But it fits me really good. I'm not saying that this bike needs a dropper post. But what I'm saying is if I were to get a dropper post, me and Wolfman were talking about it, which he's doing a lot better, by the way. I think this would be really suitable for all gravel bikes, be really suitable for the droppers that have the lever up underneath the seat. I think TransX makes one, or maybe it's KS, but the dropper where you reach up underneath your seat. That way you don't have the remote and the lever and all that stuff by the handlebars. That's like the sidewalk ever. We're gonna go on this road. I do have a flasher going on in the rear for safety, okay? We're gonna shift to the largest chainring. We're gonna shift all the way into 8th gear. Let's see how fast we can get going down here. Oh yeah. Topping out about there, 26 miles an hour. I could probably get going a little bit faster, but that's with the wind to my back, thank goodness. I could not handle a headwind anymore. Oh. I looked up at that speed limit sign, I thought we were speeding. Man, shifting is smooth on this so far. I'm really getting used to the 2x, and I'm really getting used to these shifters. I like these shifters a lot. Now there is a lot of play in them. There's a lot of throw, but that's all right. You just have to be careful. You guys remember on the initial impressions episode, LeBron, we're doing the shift test, and it basically jumped off the chain ring up front. And that's because you have 3 clicky spots. That's the technical term. You have 3 spots. You have 3 spots where that front derailleur will go, which I'm a fan of because it's, in my opinion, it's less tuning. But if you pay attention to it, I'm going to click the little tab on the left side over here on the shifter. I'm going to shift down towards the chainring, and you'll hear 2 clicks. 1, doesn't really move. 2, and there it goes. And then again going up. 1, 2, and it goes to the largest. So just a little bit better. I don't know, I kind of like that. Like I said, less tuning. It doesn't just have 2 slots, it actually has 3. So maybe if it does get knocked around a little bit, it'll still be easy to shift. All right, this is gonna be old downtown Morrilton. We're gonna ride on the road. Man, super damn quiet, smooth bike, very comfortable. I just knew that I was gonna get wore out riding this thing because let's face it, like, they're not the most comfortable bikes, at least from our experience, right? Like my road bike's not the most comfortable bikes. Gravel bike tore me up until we did some changes to it. But this guy here is comfortable. Now, I know a lot of guys say, yeah, shifting's great. I know a lot of guys say always put your hands right here. Oh, and it is so much better. Such a relief on the wrists. For sure. Instead of waiting for this red light, we're gonna take a right. But very good quality on this bike. I think we did a great job putting it together. We got more wind. And Mongoose did a great job with the packaging when they shipped this bike. You know, it normally is $12.99 right now. At the time of filming, it's on sale for $9.99. And it feels like such a good quality bike. One of the big highlights everybody was talking about was the fork, the way it's internally routed in Arkansas. So you guys know, before you start giving me crap, it is the state law that cyclists get to run stoplights and stop signs. So I just ran that stop sign. It is legal, I looked it up. Anyway, don't quote me on that. Anyway, the fork, the internal, it's all internally routed throughout the frame. This is such a cool looking frame. And the bike is only 26.92 pounds. We did take it to the shop and we weighed it on our scale, 26.92. So under 27 pounds, that's awesome. We're gonna head up this way. We got some other people on some bikes. I need some helmets on. Some kids on some bikes over here, but man, just this bike feels really good. The shifting is great after being, you know, whenever you get a new bike or whatever, you change your derailleur, it's always a pain in the butt whenever you go to change your group set, or you got to tune your derailleur and all that crap in. It's always a pain in the butt. But what's super nice is this thing came tuned and it's staying tuned so far. So that's awesome. Man, this thing is just nice and quiet. I love the disc brakes. I would like to have the 180s, I think, just to say I have 180s instead of the 160s. Me and Wolfman were talking about it, and not saying that this bike needs one, and not saying that it doesn't need one, but something that I would really like would be a dropper post. And not the kind that have the remote, but the kind that have the lever up underneath the seat. I think that'd be a neat upgrade. I'm not saying this bike needs it, but possibly whenever we do hit some rail trails, and it sucks today we're not gonna hit any gravel, because gravel's on the other side and there's just way too much wind to be going that way and trying to film an episode. Yeah, I think, guys, these are done real time, and it sucks whenever you get back on the computer and you can't hear anything or the audio's terrible. It's like, well, you got to reshoot it. It's no longer real time. We'll always make sure we're honest with you guys, but Anyway, I love the tires, super smooth. Something I'm not really digging is the pedals. Pedals could be a lot better. My feet are slipping on them already. That's going to be an upgrade. And I thought this bike didn't come with pedals. And it's funny, I'm always talking about I'm a thin grip man. You know, really, these bars could use a lot thicker of grip. I think they probably went with like the thinnest stuff out there. And you can feel that. You can feel everything. We're going to go towards the old library. You can feel everything that these tires are running over at the moment. Because these grips are so thin, or the tape is so thin. And I don't know about you guys, I'm just not a big padded glove rider. I don't like padded gloves whatsoever. I think it really takes away from the ride. But anyway, yeah, the 2x is doing good with the group set. Everything is nice and reachable. I think the only downside, I would say, is the throw on the levers. That might be a turnoff. That might feel maybe a little more budget or a little more cheap to some people. You know, you have the shifter there, you hit it, you expect it to shift immediately, but you do have a lot of throw there. On the left side, I do understand, because again, you have the that front derailleur where you kind of have to tune in yourself, which I like. We done talked about it. Yeah, bike got up and going. Something that is also neat about this bike, we didn't really talk about it too much. We put it up on the screen, but on the initial impressions, guys, when we put this bike together, something very impressive is the head tube is tapered, but the steer tube is tapered as well, right? It's not a fake straight steer that goes into a tapered frame. The cool thing is the steer tube is tapered and it is aluminum. So how neat is that? It's aluminum tapered steer tube. Very cool. The fork's aluminum. I mean, this bike has got it going on. I love the frame bag. And realistically, as comfortable as this bike is right now, I really want to get some bags for this thing. You know, there's a lot of mounting spots on the forks up there on the rear. Right behind the seat, there's some mounting points for some bags. I could see going a long distance ride with as comfortable as this bike is. And the small, like I said, it fits me perfect. Very nice. Do a little bit of climbing here. Okay, so I'm on the smallest of chain rings in first gear. I forget the cog count, but it could use some better gearing. Let's shift under pressure. Okay. Still shift under pressure good now. Let's get up to the largest of chain rings fast as we can. And we'll drop it down to 8th gear. Shifts nice and fast, snappy. Although there is a lot of throw, brakes need to be bedded in big time. Although there is a lot of throw in the shifters, what is nice is when it does get to that point of hitting where it needs to go into whatever cog, wherever gear you're putting it into, you can feel it. You can feel it snap into there, and that's really nice. Wow. Oh, we got some dirt here, some sand. Oh, buddy, that was sketch. Full sketch right now. You know, I really have nothing bad to say about the bike. The seat could be a little more comfortable. Pedals could be a little bit better. Grip could be a little thicker. But as far as everything else goes on it, this bike being a stock bike and just having to basically put it together a little bit, it's solid, man. We're gonna have to wait to do another real-time review on some actual gravel. I think this bike has earned the right. It feels so good. Feels super solid, super light. I think it's earned for us to actually drive somewhere and do a real-time review on some gravel and not just road. So you guys can be on the lookout, possibly. I'm gonna talk Wolfman into it. Be on the lookout for a real-time review, actual gravel riding this thing. We're gonna find some gravel trails and take it on there. Maybe by then we'll put some money into getting some bags on this thing, load me up with some more water, snack bag, things like that, and actually be able to do a real-time review where this thing needs to be taken, because it's just effortless out here on the road. We've already gone a little over 3 miles, 3.5 miles, and I mean, I could ride all day on this thing. Maybe a different seat. Remember, they do have the Sport, a little bit more expensive, and this thing right here is ready for upgrades. You know, one of the big ones everybody always wants to do is tubeless, and this wheel set is tubeless compatible. That's a very big highlight in my opinion. One way, do not enter. We're gonna enter. Being tubeless compatible is huge. That's an upgrade. Also, maybe help out with the weight. I'm not sure. That'd be interesting to do though. do a little tubeless action on this, put some bags on it, and get ready for a long distance ride. I could totally see that in this bike's future. It's that comfortable. Next time you see this bike, guys, it's gonna be done up a little bit. We're gonna put some money into it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna talk Wolfman into it, and we're gonna be on some gravel trails. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys watching. Wolfman is doing better. You know, he had a major surgery. We're just out of the hospital, and yeah, it was kind of scary there for a little bit, but he is doing great. And I know your guys' support and everything on the comments and everything really brightens him up. You know, he loves to see that, and he loves whenever we get episodes finished and done. He likes all the feedback and everything, so he lives for that stuff. But all right, guys, I'm gonna do the outro here so we don't have to get Wolfman out of his recliner. Appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want to get your hands on this bike or the check out the Sport, spec that one out a little bit. Check out the affiliate links in the description below. Anything I'm wearing today, most of the stuff I'm wearing, you guys check out the affiliate links in the description below as well. But Wolfstick Nation, I appreciate you guys' support, man. We will see you on the next episode. I'm gonna continue to ride this guy.